Hey, welcome back to Karen's Papercraft. Thank you very much for watching. Even if you give a gift card, you still want to gift wrap it, and I don't mean a generic kind of gift wrap, but the kind that a paper crafter makes. Now try this box. It's so easy to make, and the ways in which you can decorate it are endless. You can adapt it to the theme or even to the colours of the gift card. Give your box an insert with slots to hold the card, and I'll be showing you how you can make a template for gift card slots. It doesn't just work for a box, but for a card as well. But are you ready for it? Let's begin. Later on I'll be showing you some more design options, but I'll put these over here for the time being. I'm going to show you first with the bottom how you can make a box, an easy box from just a piece of cardstock. And this is going to be the bottom. It's garden green. And the sizes are 5.5 by 4.25, and I'm going to score this on all four sides at 3/4 of an inch. And I've decided to do it like this and then already make the other part of the box so that my video will be just a bit shorter, and the process is really the same. So you score on four sides at 3/4 of an inch. And by the way, I'm not giving you centimetres, I'll be confusing myself and you, I'm afraid. All the sizes, inches and centimetres, are on my blog, and the link is in the description box below. So I've scored my cardstock in the correct dimensions. I'm going to fold and burnish all these score lines. I'm using my bone folder to do this. You make them really crisp and they bend easily. Okay, now then, with your scissors you're going to make a few cuts. Here along the score line you cut up straight, and then you wedge the part that you've created, and you go around doing that. So here again, cut and wedge, and at the opposite end as well. And this is essentially how you make the insert and how you make the lid of the box. The sizes differ, of course, because the lid has to slide over the bottom and the insert has to slide inside the bottom, so sizes will have to be different, but I'll show you later on. So this is what I have now. Let me get rid of these bits. Right, and I'm going to put my little box together. I'm using Seal Plus, if I can find the beginning. There it is. You could use liquid glue, you could use tear and tape. I would not use glue dots because they are thicker and the box might not slide in as easily. And with liquid glue you have to be careful, of course, that it doesn't move on you. With a glue like Seal Plus or tear and tape, once you've fixed it, it's fixed. So you saw me folding these corners here too. Fold them in and then align that edge with the folded edge neatly. Make it a beautiful straight corner. There you go. And then with your bone folder you reinforce the glue, which means you press on it, and there you have the bottom of the box. Easy peasy, you see? Bottom half. Okay, let me put it over here. Then I'm going to show you the insert, and I have already, as I said, cut it and scored it. The dimensions are, it is, let me just check my notes, it is 5 3/8 plus 4 1/8, but it's just a bit bigger than, because you want the insert to slide into this part. If you make it the same size it won't fit, and I'll show you how I do that, because you will be working with 1/16 of an inch and they drive me mad, frankly. But I do this, and I'll get my dimensions here. So the length of my bottom was 5.5, remember? Now if I take 5.5 it'll be just too big, so I want something which is smaller than 5.5. So suppose this is 5, can you see? Yeah, there's not much clear. So I go 3/8 and then 1 over. You see, because in between 3/8 and 5.5 you have this 1/16. So it is in fact 5 7/16 of an inch, which means I go to 5 3/8 and I cut just 1 over that. and then it's okay. And with that length, it was 4.5, remember? Now I'm going to make it shorter than 4.5. Let's pretend this is 4.5. If I go to, I must say 4.25, sorry, 4.25. If I go to 4.25, it won't fit. If I go to 1/8, it'll be too big, so I go in between. So it is really 4 3/16 of an inch. And I'll show you on my cutter. I hope the camera picks this up. So this is, you see here you have the 5 and 5.5, 5 3/8. It's just 1 over that, you see? Can you see? I don't think you can. I'm sorry about that. But it is 5 3/8 plus and 4 1/8 plus, if I make sense to you. I hope I am. Then leave it flat, so cut it at the desired dimensions and then score it all around at 3/4 of an inch and cut it, and then the template for the gift card. Now I'm assuming that all gift cards worldwide have the same size. I think they do, international standards. So this gift card is 2 1/8 by 3 3/8, and I'm going to make slots for it to slide into the bottom, and I've made a little template for that. Now I've cut my template at 3 7/8, 2 5/8, so that is the full size. And then you go to one corner and you measure out 7/8 and 7/8, and you cut from that line. So measure from that corner to that corner at 7/8 of an inch, and you cut off between the two lines. That's what I've done in these two corners. And then you measure out 1/4 inch from either side, and you mark that, because that is where your cut line is going to be. And I've done that in this corner as well. I'll put a photograph of this on my blog as well, and the centimeters you can see are on my blog too. So this is my template. Now all I have to do is fit it inside my box. You see? And this will be the right size. I'm putting it in the middle because my box was just a bit bigger. There we go. Yeah. And then with a pencil, I'm going to draw a line between the two marked lines, you see? Between those two stripes that I've put on my template. Make sure it doesn't move again, and then draw a line. And then you need a craft knife. I can recommend the Stampin' Up one. It's really good, really sharp. And you cut along the pencil line that you've drawn. You can cut on the glass mat, no problem there at all. See? Put the cap back on, because it is really sharp, this knife. And then of course take an eraser and remove the pencil line. And I find it helpful to tell the paper which way you want it to go. So I stick my pointy tool underneath, make sure you don't prick it to your fingers, and then I move it around just a bit. So the bottom paper goes down and the top paper goes up a bit, so slide it under. Be careful you don't stick your pin into your finger, and move it around a bit. And then you see it is quite easy to slide the gift card in. You can even make a sort of sliding movement like this and it will go in. Even a plastic one. This is just a piece of paper. Right, I'm going to stick this together in the same way that I did the bottom. I was going to say the lid, but I haven't made the lid yet, have I? Okay, so Seal Plus. When I was making these boxes, because I've made several of them, I realised I could use the same template on a card. I'll show you in a minute. I thought, well, light bulb moment there. So now my bottom is together. Again, with a bone folder, make sure the glue sticks really well. And then you can take a gift card, slide it in. See what I mean by making a sliding movement? It's easy then. And this then, if I'm okay and if I measured correctly, this will slide into the bottom, no problem. There you see, because I made the dimensions just that bit smaller, the 1/16 of an inch. See, this is the gift card. And here you have an example of a card. Suppose this is a card. I could slide in my gift card in a card as well. Oh, see if I have a card out. I do actually. I do have a Christmas card ready. So if I used my template and put it on the card and then drew these lines and cut them, I will be able to slide my gift card, which you don't see now of course because it's white on white. I will be able to slide my gift card into the card. Now isn't that a great idea? Okay, so then I'm ready to make the lid of the box. And for the lid you're going to need some paper and some designer series paper. The lid, the dimensions are, this is Granny Apple Green cardstock. It is 5 1/4 plus and 4 plus. So again the 1/16 of an inch extra because you want this to be able to fit over the bottom of the box. So 5 1/4 plus and 4 plus. You score this all around at 5/8 of an inch. Did I have 5/8 of an inch? Is that correct? Hang on. That's so much, doesn't it? Yes, it is 5/8 of an inch, sorry. And then you can decorate it. I've cut some pieces of designer series paper. I used Take a Bow, and you need 2 pieces, which are, let me give you the measurements, 3 3/4 by 3/8 of an inch. You need 1 piece which is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, and you need 2 pieces which are 3/8 of an inch by 2 1/2. And when I made my first box, this one, I put the ribbon all around it, and then of course you have to deconstruct the ribbon, and people will never be able to fit the ribbon on again to be able to get to the gift card. So while I was working, I decided to make a box like this, where you integrate the ribbon on the lid only, so it's easier to open it, and I'm going to show you that today as well. But first I'm going to attach the pieces of designer series paper to the lid, and if you would like me to show you, because here I just cut up a scrap piece of paper, but if you would like me to show you how you can make a continuous pattern on the box, that's what I did here. I will make a video on that as well, so you can cut the designer series paper so that the pattern follows the pattern. Am I saying this correctly? No, probably not, but you know what I mean, a continuous pattern. This box too, you see the reindeer, they go all around. So, first I'm going to adhere these. I'm going to use some seal in the middle part so that when I attach it with wet glue it doesn't slide away on me. And then I'm using wet glue as well for the rest of the designer series paper, and attach it. So like this, put it in the middle, equal borders all around, push down in the middle, and then it's attached. I'll go and do that. So this is all attached, and with this pattern it doesn't really matter if it is, this is on crooked, isn't it? Yeah. Oh dear. Well, okay. I'll not do this again. What I was saying, with this pattern doesn't really matter if it is a continuous pattern because you won't notice very much. There are patterns on the designer series paper where it would matter. And I'm going to show you how I attach the ribbon. And this is the, what's it called? Satin ribbon in Real Red. And I'm going to put it on. Let me just think. Where's my box? Yeah, about 1 inch from the one end. So I'm going to draw a line from that end onwards where the box will fold, and I put down a small pencil mark. Don't slide your ruler, dear. Okay. And then I'm using tear and tape. If I can find the beginning. And I'm putting the tear and tape on that pencil mark and there too, so I know it is straight. And then I'm going to put the ribbon on top. Always make sure your glue sticks well, and you do that by putting pressure on it. Then I'm going to remove the backing paper, and I'm putting the ribbon on, and I'm going to have it stick over just a bit, you see? And then the pencil marks are still visible, so I'm putting my ribbon over the pencil mark like so, and here to have it stick out just a bit. And then you can see if it's too long, that's no problem, because you can always cut it down later. And then just two very small pieces of the tear and tape. That's the beginning. Let me get my glue scissors. So put it under where the ribbon is going to go. Another snip, and there we are. Let me get my pointy tool, works better than my nails. And then you put the ribbon on top, and here too, and you remember this one was just slightly too long. No problem, because I can cut it. I'm taking my snips for that. Smaller scissors. Where are my snips? Where did I put my snips? Ah, they're still on the stand. Snip it off, and then I'm going to put the lid together, same way. So I'll go and do that, and then I'll be back with you. Right, then I'm going to show you how you can make the decoration for the lid, and for that I'm using a scrap piece of cardstock, basic white, and I'm using the Iconic Imagery stamp set. In Dutch it's called Kersttijd, which means, well, holidays, and I'm going to use the corresponding dies, this one, to cut the label, and I'm going to stamp in Cherry Cobbler because that's the same colour as the ribbon, and I thought that would look nice. I've mounted two stamps on my block, you see, Vrolijk Kerstfeest, Merry Christmas. I'm going to ink up my stamp, stamp it and die cut this. It's well inked. And there we go. To clean off my stamp first. Die cut this, and I'm going to put it right in the middle because my bow is going to go on the top there, so make it nicely centered. I am going to stick this down so that it doesn't slide away, because here of course it is important that it fits. I'm going to die cut this, back again, remove my tape. Right, this then can go onto my box, and I'm putting it on using some dimensionals to give it just that dimension. I think it looks nice. Just a couple of dimensionals, one in the middle, there and there. I think 3 will do. If you do it now, before you have put the lid onto the box, you can push from the back with your fingers and make sure it adheres well. So putting it in the middle, dropping it down, see, and now this is what I can do now, which makes it easier. And then I'm going to make a tiny, tiny bow with my ribbon. And just create a bit of space here on my desk. You can hand tie your ribbon, you can use a bow maker, whichever you prefer. I'm going to hand tie my bow. In this case it's quicker. Although I do have a bow maker, but this works as well. Push it through. You can adjust it. I find that when I use a bow maker, I tend to use less ribbon than making one like this, but this method is quicker. I would have to go out and take out my bow maker, and I don't know exactly where it is. So I'm snipping the ends, and there we are. And I can put this on. And I'm going to use a mini glue dot for that, to put it on. Right, there we are. Mini glue dots, where are you? On the back of the bow. And then I'm going to put it a bit higher than that so that I can still read my lines. And then again, you see I can push from this end, and although I haven't put a gift card in, I can show you that this slides on easily. See? You have a very, very pretty box. So do let me know if you want me to show you how you can cut a continuous pattern for the lid. I hope you have enjoyed my tutorial, and will you make the template? Or what you could do as well is, without making the slots, just, where's my gift card? Oh, I'll use this one. Just put a mini glue dot on its bum and stick it on. So will you make a template, or will you just stick it on with a glue dot? Well, I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, let me put my lid back on. That's it. Bye bye.